Hi everyone, I am in a little town that is in the district of Yubari, which is about an hour outside of Sapporo in Hokkaido. This is an interesting place from a couple different perspectives. One that we're doing in Geography 200, which is the theme of development, economic development in particular. There was a very large coal mining operation in Yubari, and there was lots of housing for all the people with the coal mine, but the mine shut down, and I'm in a neighborhood now that is almost entirely abandoned. There are still some people here. There's a few apartments that are still occupied, but as you can see on the buildings behind me, lots of them are boarded up and now vacant. So it raises some interesting questions about what happens to a city, especially a rural city like this one, when its economic base collapses, and how is it you think about what the city does or what makes it a city or how it can survive and function. And there's no easy answers to these questions. The coal mine closed because it wasn't economically competitive to richer sources of coal elsewhere. But we're left with this sort of a community, which is, we have a model. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but we're left with some big questions, like I said, because under standard economic assumptions, we just assume that we're going to grow and that growth is always good. But then we encounter this sort of a situation where we're in a community where what used to be the economic source of survival is now completely gone, and no one's quite sure what to do anymore to have the city be a city. Now, of course, the people who live here, I'm presuming, are mostly elderly, retired individuals who find a reason to remain in town. Maybe it was always their home and they want to remain attached to that. But what we're seeing with these sorts of frontier towns is that they tend to lose their population and then just become smaller and smaller. In the case of Yubari, I believe, I don't have the numbers right in my head right now, and I'm sorry, I should have done more research before I started this recording, but it's around 80% of the population is gone, is my estimate. I can follow up with some more information about that later in the comments, but I believe it's about 80% of the population of Yubari is gone. I just gave you a little walk through part of the neighborhood there, and what I want to show you is if you look across the river here, you can see that this is just one development of several. Sorry, I'm having a tough time. If you look over my shoulder there, you can see there's another major development over there, again almost entirely vacant. So these were once the workers' apartments and now largely boarded up and abandoned. And it's an interesting thing to consider when you think about the future and what we build our cities for. I don't have much to say besides that. This is not that unusual, I have to say. We've done this in the United States with industries when they decline, and especially with boom towns. We've had mining boom towns in the American West that did really well while there was valuable minerals to be mined, and then once it was gone, they just shut down and shrank in size. But it's an interesting thing to think about when you think about the geography of a place and what makes a place home, what makes a community a place that people live, and what happens when the reason for people living there changes or disappears. That's all for now. I will catch up with some more later, hopefully some more cheery stuff, but I'll probably do a few more recordings from the Yubari region before we're done. Thanks.